Dick, I've heard you talk with teachers about setting up the notebook. Can you tell us briefly a little bit more about what this entails?
Whether they're using the CPUP lab notebook or a composition book, there's certain things that we want students to do. We want to create a structure. So they're going to put their name on the outside cover. They're going to use the first couple of pages for a table of contents so that they can keep an organized record of the activities that they've done. Each activity is going to be set up in a specific way. Each one of the CPUP activities has a title, it has a challenge, it has some background information, they collect data, they do analysis questions and reflection and so on. So we want to create that structure. We've added in some unique things like an appendices where students put important things that they're going to use throughout the entire year. We want this to be a record of what they've done. And it's important because of the need to have connectedness and flow between activities. They're constantly going back and forth with things that they've learned earlier. And it's the notebook structure that allows that to happen. We know that we can't just hand the notebook to the students and say, go ahead and do this. It's middle school. You know, we have to teach them how to do it. So that's the important part.
So there's a definite format and structure to the way it's done.
There's a format we're suggesting. Teachers have modified it, used it in different ways, but the key we're saying to them is make sure that you teach that format and do it on day one. The first day you're going to start with notebooks. You're not going to wait till the third or fourth activity to get going. You're going to recognize right off the top that this notebook is extremely important in terms of student learning.
And it gets used every day. I mean, to the point where some teachers have the kids write themselves notes about what they're going to be doing the next day, just to reinforce the idea that it's a regularly used tool. It's not different every day. It's always the same.
Just not something we use, for example, on alternate Fridays, but it's integral to the science program.
Yes, yes.
We've seen, for example, in the second activity in the life science curriculum, there's a worksheet that you can give the students where they can put it in their journal. So we say to teachers right off the top that when you go to activity 2, let them put the data table in their journal. Because if you hand them a worksheet, what does it say? Well, when it's really important, I'll give you a worksheet. We don't want that. We want the notebook to be the key. And so we have them record this in the notebook. If you need to make accommodations for your special ed students, you can run it off because it takes them too long to copy it in. That's okay. But the idea is that the notebook is where it happens.